Hi everyone, today I'm back with a video on the special edition miniature pocket edition Throne of Glass series books. And I know there's a lot of talk about it, and even on Facebook fandom groups and other places, I've seen that there's not much known about their size and their text size, and from online photographs or it's very difficult to fathom what size these books are. It's difficult to have an estimate of how tiny they are. And I've seen that there are no videos as such that show a size comparison between these miniature pocket books and a regular sized hardback or a paperback book. So I thought I'd just go ahead and make a video on that. So these are the 8 books from the Throne of Glass series, and they are pocket size. They fit right in the palm of my hand, and it's quite easy to read them. So, and they have these thick cardstock kind of covers, so they're not as flimsy as a paperback cover, but they're not as hard as a hardback cover either. So this is like a cross between the two. And the end papers are simple, and the paper inside is so soft, and it's tiny. It's practically see-through. Yeah, it's almost see-through if you look at it from the right light, from the light direction of the light. So, and they are very, very flimsy, but they're still good quality in that you don't get to see the back side of it, so it doesn't trouble you while reading. Like the words are slightly visible, but they're not very visible, and this is not the case in all the pages. So that's how all of these books are. And as you can see, all the pages have this colored margin, and they have one character's name written or highlighted in color. The first book is Sam's book, and that's why we have Sam, 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 Sam everywhere on the page in this teal color. So that is the character edition. And then Throne of Glass, we have Selina's name, every page, all throughout. And the pages are really, really thin and soft. And this is a regular size text, and this is the actual size of the text. So yeah, you have to squint quite a bit to read that. And that's how it goes in all of the books. They will all have one name that's highlighted in that color. Now this is Aylin's book, and Aylin is in yellow throughout the book. And Kingdom of Ash, if you've seen the hardcovers or the paperbacks, the regular sized ones, they are huge, and this is so compact. It's like there are how many pages here? 979. Yep, 980 pages. And all those 980 pages, close to 1,000 pages, they just fit so compact and so nice. And all of these, they all fit in a Ziploc bag that size. So these are really tiny, and they're really compact, and they are great for reading when you have to do something else. When you're traveling, you can just easily slip it inside your pouch, in your bag, in your purse, in your pocket, and you're like ready to go. And I really love how soft and smooth their pages are. Some books are thick, and some like this one are thin, and some are thicker. And they all have this on their spine, and they have a list of all the pictures on the back of the books, and each book will highlight the character. So this is about Keol, and this is Aylin, and this is Lysandra, and here we have Manon, and this is Rowan, Dorian, this is Selena, and this is Sam. And we also have the backside of her illustrated on the back. So I think that's really cool. I really love that about this edition. Now let's go on and compare it to, actual sized books. So I'm going to put all of them away. I'm going to stack them on this side, and we'll just use the first book for comparison. So let me get that out of the way. So that's the first book, right? And this is a regular sized hardback, and this is one of those cloth editions from this is The Little Prince, and this is from Penguin Classics, cloth covered edition, hardback edition of the book. And so this is a new release, I think, and this is a regular sized hardback, and that is the size of the book. Let me zoom that in a bit. So when I open it, this is how the pages look. I mean, the text size is like, and this is the text size of this book. Let me zoom that a bit more so it's clear. So it's not that clear, but you can see that the text of these miniature editions is literally half the size of this. So let's check out another book. So that was a regular sized hardback, and here we have a regular sized paperback, and that's, again, let's get into it. So I don't know how, I hope that's clear enough. Again, you can see that this is nicely spaced and this is really tiny. And if you see, the book is like just that much. These two are practically the same size, so that's the size of this book. It's like literally half the size of a paperback. Yeah, almost half. So I'll just get that out of the way, and this is a big sized paperback. So the regular size paperback has that much of a difference in the size, and that's the difference between this. So that's how small it is, and these are like really nice size text, and this text is bigger than this one. So see that? This is definitely bigger than this. And now you can see the actual size comparison. So this is like really tiny, really, really tiny. And now for the last one, obviously, this is a big sized hardcover, and this is the Six of Crows Collector's Edition. So that is almost the same size as this big sized paperback. So let's open that up, and so you have an idea of this size this text size is almost the same as that of the regular sized, no, the big size paperback, the legendary book. It's almost the same as that, but it's really tiny when you compare it with this print. So yep, that's how tiny it is. And the book is obviously that small. So that was the size comparison. Now this has close to 493 pages, maybe around 495, 500 pages and all. So let's round it off as 500 pages. And you remember that I told you this was almost 1,000 pages, and that's the size different. So this is where you have those thick, good quality sheets or papers. They're like thick and they're nice to touch, the matte finish ones. And these are those small flimsy papers that are really soft to touch, and they're really, really thin, like Bible sheets, and pages from a Bible or even Gita or something like that. So that's how thin they are. And you see, this has literally half more, it's like twice the size of this book, and still it is so tiny. It is so tiny, that's how compact it is. So if you had to carry 2 books of this size, that's how much it fits in this book. So I think it's really amazing that they released a version of these books that are so compact and so travel friendly. And it's amazing because they also hardly take up any space on the bookshelf compared to these books, which are like really heavy and cumbersome to carry while you're traveling, to school or college or work or whatever. If you're commuting by public transport or something, holding it in one hand and trying to read, it's really difficult because these books are heavy. And these are the better choice for traveling generally, because most books come in this size. These paperbacks are the most commonly found ones. And it's like, okay, you can still hold them, but they're still heavy. And this one, so this has how many pages? Again, around 500 pages. So again, this book is twice that size, and if you don't mind the small print, I think you could definitely go for this size book. And I hope they release more books in this size, because this is really compact and really handy and very user friendly. But if you do have trouble reading, if you find it difficult to read very small print, I know my mom has that issue, she can't read tiny print. So if you have an issue with that and you need a nicely sized print, then you would have to go for a bigger sized book. Maybe go for the paperbacks or the hardback. But these books are tiny, their print is tiny, and the pages are soft, incredibly soft and thin. But they're beautiful, and all of them do have the map right up front, so that's a big plus. They don't have the pronunciation guide though, but I think that's easily found online. You could maybe or maybe you could Xerox a copy of the map from, you could take a Xerox copy of the pronunciation guide from a library book or something like that. But that's all right, you don't really need a pronunciation guide. So that's all about these books. And I have all 8 books right here, and stacked up this way, they hardly take any space, and I could fit all of them in my handbag and it still wouldn't weigh anything. They are priced the same as their paperbacks though. There's, at least in India, that's how it is, because you can see it's 450 rupees for this. And their regular size paperbacks were also around the same range, I think some 50, 100 rupees up and down. So that depends on book to book. And I bought all of these off Amazon, so I got them at a slightly discounted rate. And so even though their size is smaller, their price is almost the same as regular sized books. So you might want to consider all of that before you make a choice. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful and I don't know, informative. So thank you. Stay tuned to my channel. Bye bye.